Hi Ed, I find myself gravitating towards e-commerce even though I have a few niches I'd love to do. Okay, few niches, yellow flag. E-commerce always turns up. Should I do both? Because eventually I want to have a few niches going anyways. Vivian. Okay, Vivian. A few niches. Look, I got to tell you, in this day, in the old days, yeah, you could have plenty of niches. For goodness sake, I had, 30 odd sites going at one point selling ebooks of different things. I'm not sure you can do that these days. Serving a particular market and really serving and understanding that market, there's more than enough business for you to just focus on that. And then what I would argue to you is e-commerce is just a thing, right? It's a delivery mechanism, that there is stuff that people want to buy in your market that you can create for them, that you can sell to them. That is ultimately the thing. It's typically e-commerce refers to physical products that you can sell. And there's so many awesome ways to do that now. And even things like crowdfunding and Kickstarter. So people are actually paying you before you even have the thing created on the concept. All of these sorts of things are possibilities. But to me, Vivian, that is a means to an end, okay? It's at the end of the process, because understanding how you serve that market first and how you build the list in that market is way more super crucial than deciding whether you're going to serve e-commerce. Because if they want to buy products in that marketplace, you'll find that out through your research because you understand what their pains are, and you'll be able to deliver a much better product because you understand what the pains, gains, and jobs to be done are in that market. So it's not necessarily a thing of saying, oh, should I do digital publishing or should I do e-com? That's cart before the horse. What you should be thinking is, I want to serve the golf market, or I want to serve people who are playing tennis, or I want to create a better raincoat for people who are in stormy and rainy weather, or I want to create a cloak to protect people from the Zika virus when they go to the Olympics in Brazil. That's where you've got to start. You've got to start with a market and how I can serve that market. And then it'll become a natural consequence. You don't have to G yourself up for e-commerce. It's so easy to set that stuff up with Stripe and Square and, Braintree, all that, you can use Amazon, you can use third-party drop shipping, all of that stuff is just beautiful, right? After it. So think about market first, and then, it'll become obvious if you need to serve that market through e-commerce or information products or both, maybe. Who knows? But your market will tell you, and you let them tell you, rather than, because what's the alternative? You make a call and it happens to be the wrong call. By the way, this happens a majority of the time with people. They think, okay, I want to do golfing, I want to create a new putter. And they go and create a new putter and they find that there's no market for it. Whereas if they built a mailing list for people who are studying putting and have putting problems, they could have gone to that market and said, hey, look, we're looking at doing this. Can I get your feedback? Involvement breeds commitment. Then they could have done a Kickstarter for the putter without spending any money, but create a prototype and video and do all that sort of stuff. And then people, if the Kickstarter got funded, fantastic. There's a market there for it. See, in this day and age, we don't have to take risks. We don't have to invest massive amounts of time before we can start to decide whether to help serve our market. And ultimately, we can only be right or wrong in hindsight. We never know whether something's going to work or not until we try it. So doesn't it make sense to test fast, to test cheap, and to test safe? And you can do that now in this day and age. It's awesome.